I'm going to tell you about a team in South Africa who battled against the terrible conditions of apartheid. Through sports, this team made a difference on the world stage, forcing people to confront the marginalized and oppressed black South Africans just by having the bravery to exist as a team that wasn't all white. That's right. You know the story, you know the team, and you know the sport. Of course, I am talking about ping pong, specifically the 1957 South African table tennis team led by Cassim Bassa. Cassim Mohammed Bassa lived from 1925 to 1983 and somehow has a sum total of 0 photos of him on Google. He was born in India as the 8th of 9 children. Bassa moved to South Africa and played a leading role in promoting non-racial sports, which leads back to the discussion of table tennis. In the 1950s, the organization in South Africa that was recognized by the International Table Tennis Federation was the all-white South African Table Tennis Union. In response to non-white South Africans being barred from this organization, Cassim Bassa founded the South African Table Tennis Board, which did not discriminate on the basis of race. Bassa began lobbying to international organizations to recognize his league so that they could participate in international competitions. For doing this, the government of South Africa declared his passport invalid until pressure from the international sports community forced them to revalidate his passport in 1956. 1956 was also the year that Bassa broke through with recognition of his movement. The International Table Tennis Federation withdrew recognition of the All-White League, instead recognizing Bassa's league, and invited his team to participate in the 1957 World Table Tennis Board Championship in Stockholm. Bassa's fight for recognition and equality naturally lends itself to an examination of the topic of racism. For this class, I like to look at racism through a lens of a discussion about the gift economy. In the textbook, gift economy is defined as an economy of relationships between beings who are understood to be constantly shifting roles. The gift economy's most important role is that of defining that being alive puts a person in a debtor's relationship with the world. This leads into a discussion of unfair debtor relationships, specifically as it relates to colonization. P.W. Botha, a hardline apartheid leader, saying, "Order has to be restored in this country. There is misrule, too much corruption, and too many lies." In regard to the gift economy, the white South Africans tried to make it seem like the black South Africans should be in a debtor relationship for their existence in the improved country. Bassa, through his actions in forcing the international community to recognize his league, displays the difference between a just gift economy, where the relationship has shifting roles, and an unjust gift economy, where the roles are stagnant and the debtor relationship is unearned. Bassa also serves as a great example of someone who displays the difference between sport as religion and religion in sport. Bassa was a devout Muslim, but the knowledge of the importance of his identity being recognized came from the spiritual significance that his struggle for recognition took on, rather than it coming from his faith as a Muslim. Bassa's story is one of triumph. The game of table tennis took on spiritual significance to him, as being allowed to play it on the world stage became validation of black South Africans' existence as equals. I started this video out by making a joke about how similar Bassa's story is to that of the events of the movie Invictus, and that was for a reason. Bassa's story is much less known than that of the South African rugby team, but the religious significance of the two stories are just as similar as the plots. Both cover spiritual significance being displayed through sports, and both cover an adjustment from an unjust gift economy to a just one.